Welcome back, everyone. We took a week off because, as you know, I am in school and it was finals week and I needed time to study and get my stuff together. But class of 2020, I'm so sorry that you had to go through this. I know as much as you wanted to walk, but congratulations on graduating. Whether you're in high school, college, going back to college, got your master's or whatever, congratulations, because you deserve it. And it's a lot of work. I'm in it. I'm with you all the way. Welcome everyone to Nelly's News. You talk it, I live it. Reopening has begun and no one knows what's going to happen next. Scientists do feel like this is going to put an increase in catching the coronavirus because no one is getting tested. Some states have already opened their facilities like beaches and parks and clubs that I've seen as well. And my point of view is saying, how are you opening these facilities without people getting tested? I got tested and I just want to advise everyone that if you haven't got tested, please take the time while it's still early to go get tested before it gets jam-packed. And I'm just waiting on my results. But for the most part is, you got to care about your health. You got to care about your safety. And opening these facilities without people getting tested is putting a very, very dangerous risk out there. So for everyone who is in different states that are, going to these clubs and facilities stuff, please take the precautionary measures that you can and just use your head. As the United States and countries all across the world seek to rejuvenate their economy, coronavirus infections has continued to spread, with over 1 million cases reported in less than 2 weeks. According to Johns Hopkins University, globally there has been over 5.1 million recorded cases. 2 weeks ago, it was 3.85 million. There has been a record of 333,000 deaths, with 1.58 million confirmed infections. The City Council had been set to vote on legislation Tuesday to move thousands of homeless people into hotels across the city, but that vote has now been postponed. Homeless people are actually staying in shelter after they have been kicked off the subway. There are over 1,000 homeless people looking for shelter. On Thursday, Georgia investigators arrested the man that filmed the fatal shooting of 25-year-old Ahmaud Arbery. He is also the third person who was in connection with the case. He has been charged with 2 crimes, including felony murder. He's also the same person who reported in the very beginning that he had nothing to do with it. Evidence showed later that he did have something to do with it. Ahmaud Arbery's parents are relieved, but know that the fight is not over. We do hope that, of course, justice will be served in the near future, and of course, this will be taken to trial. The FBI has opened their investigation in the fatal killing of 26-year-old EMT Breonna Taylor. Taylor was killed back in March in her home when police had ran into the wrong house looking for a search warrant. FBI says that they will do a fair and conductive, thorough investigation into the case. Prosecutors have also dropped charges against her boyfriend. President Trump said the U.S. will withdraw from the Open Skies Treaty. The nearly 30-year agreement between 35 countries allows them to fly surveillance planes over each other's territory so that they can keep tabs on each other's military activities. They also said that Russia has repeatedly violated the agreement by not allowing aircrafts to fly over certain parts of the territory, and some have accused Russia of using it to gather U.S. intel. But Russia reportedly denied it broke the treaty and called the U.S. decision destructive. Now, the U.S. is set to pull out of the deal in the next 6 months. It's also Mental Health Awareness Month, and the hashtag is to break the stigma. And of course, we're going through this tough time through COVID, and there's millions of people who are going through depression and anxiety and looking for outlets, looking for people to talk to, looking for things to release. And I advise anyone that if you are going through these things, it's always good to talk to someone. I go to therapy, whether it's for good things and bad things, but it's also to release, the things that are on my mind. And I actually got a little bit more insight by talking to Dr. Alexandra St. Louis, who gives us tips for people who are dealing with anxiety.
So New York City is known to be one of the cities with the most anxiety of all the cities or states in the United States because of just the living situation. New York City tends to be a very tough environment to live in, very competitive environment to live in, on top of the fact that we're very crowded and it's very expensive. So anxiety is already part of our life. Now, to add coronavirus, as of, February, March of 2020, in New York City, just escalated the level of anxiety that folks are experiencing. The bit of advice I can give to folks that are unable to seek psychiatric help: we limit the amount of time that you're on social media. Maybe watch news in the morning time, eat breakfast. While you're eating breakfast, watch maybe 15 or 20 minutes of the news, and then totally shut the news and social media out. Looking at the number of deaths can actually impact somebody's anxiety or well-being. Practicing things that would maybe normal, so most of us normally do not practice, so like yoga or meditation. There are very easy videos that you can find on YouTube, how to do 15 minutes of yoga daily. And feel free to do it as many times as you want. Exercising, go for a run, take long walks with a loved one, or even on your own or with a pet. Whatever you have access to, I guess, are good ways to decrease anxiety. So listening to music is always something that I found myself as therapeutic. There are apps such as Calm. That's an app I know that I have on my iPhone that I've used in the past when I've had issues with sleeping. Stay at work, you stay at home.
For the 9th week in a row, millions of Americans have filed for their initial unemployment benefits. Even though states have begun reopening their economy through layoffs and furloughs taking over the labor market, the Department of Labor said that 2.4 million people have filed for unemployment since last Thursday, bringing the total of 38.6 million people who have filed for unemployment since mid-March. The Mass Poor People's Assembly and Moral March on Washington is going digital. On June 20th, we will hold the largest digital and social media gathering of poor and low-wealth people, moral and religious leaders, advocates, and people of conscience in this nation's history. A global pandemic is exposing even more the already existing crisis of systematic racism, poverty, ecological devastation, the war economy, and militarism, and the distorted moral narrative of religious nationalism. On June 20th, the 140 million poor and low-income people across the nation will be heard. On this Memorial Day, we would just like to thank all the men and women who serve our country. We don't know them all, but we owe them all. As we honor this Memorial Day, New York City beaches are open. Some, not all. But here are some of the beaches that are open to you for you to enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. But stay safe. Gotta represent. You got two Scorpios in the album. Future dropped his High Off Life album, and what a time to be alive. Except that, Alexa, pause. Except that he has some baby mama drama, and now he's been Twitter fingering and releasing his emotions like us Scorpios do, because we're really emotional. But it's because he's been confirmed that he is the father of another woman's kid. I don't know how many kids he has. It's just like, bruh, keep it in your pants. If not, just wrap it up. Because now, you a daddy. Alright. So, Verzuz decided to do another battle, y'all. This time is with Bounty Killer and Beanie Man. And let me tell you something. Boy, DG and Jamaica, y'all need to get it together. Because we not playing out here. We're showing up at 8, possibly, because we don't never show up on time. So the thing is, it starts at 8. We're going to be late. It's just what it is. But I just pray that you give us the best quality of music, because my bet is on Beanie Man. And I hate to say it, but I love Beanie Man. I've always been a Beanie Man fan, so bring it on. Killer got some things too, but this is a sight to see. So, Verzuz decided to keep us indoors for Memorial Weekend by giving us some R&B feels, and we've been asking for a little bit of R&B. So they gave us a Jagged Edge and a 112 battle, and if you know me, you already know I am a 112 fan. There's a couple of joints from 112 that if you played it, I'll be just looking at you like, you trying to get these impressions? I see you. All the men might be in their feels, ladies, so be aware of the, hey, what's up? I was just looking at you, seeing what's up with you, text messages, because this battle might have them in their feelings a little bit, you know, because Jagged Edge got a couple of hits too, like Walked Out of Heaven and Alexa, pause. I mean, they got a Walked Out of Heaven, they got Where the Party At. Alexa, play Where the Party At by Jagged Edge. how can you not like Jagged Edge? They have the party anthems too. Like, how you not gonna get hype? Get your Jagged Edge on while I do my Little Kim, and you decide who's gonna win this. And then, I have to keep up with my Netflix because, I like to binge watch. And I came across Cooked with Cannabis. Ladies and gentlemen, if you thought weed was just for smoking edibles, you need to open your mind, because Cooked with Cannabis, that food, look, it's like a 5-star Ruth Chris or a 5-star restaurant in New York City, or one of the highest class restaurants that these people cook. And you'd be surprised what you can make with weed. You'd be surprised with drinks. Yes, I said drinks you can make with weed. And my mouth was watering, and I just wish that I could try the dishes because they're so beautiful. So if you ever get a chance, try watching Cooked with Cannabis. In this week of Black History, we honor the legacy of Malcolm X, the Black radical human rights leader, who would have turned 95 on Tuesday. During the Civil Rights Movement heroic period, Malcolm X gained recognition as a political counterpart of the seemingly alike Martin Luther King Jr. Malcolm's passionate truth-telling about racial slavery, Jim Crow segregation, and police brutality helped turn words of fire into a brutally elegant stump speech. We honor you, we miss you, and we love you. On Wednesday marked an important point in music history. Little Richard was laid to rest at Oakwood Memorial Gardens. After a lifetime of performing to sold-out crowds and influencing millions of people, he was buried in a ceremony of just close friends and family.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm here to tell you how this corona thing got people in this city acting crazy, going out of their mind. Because anyway, let me tell you what happened to me last night. So yesterday I go to a dollar pizza spot. I get my dollar pizza and I'm leaving the store, and I was approached by a white homeless man outside, and he was like, "Sir, can you help me? Can you buy me a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich?" And I'm like, what in the white? No, excuse me, white man. You cannot be homeless and think white privilege applies. No, because with that, not even $1, you just gonna ask for a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich? Mind you, I done passed by 3 homeless brothers. And the first brother was like, "My man, can you buy me anything to eat? Anything counts." And the other brother was like, "Yo, you got any leftover food? I'll take anything." And the third brother was he just had his hand out, didn't care. The white man asked for a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. You better be sit your homeless ass down with the rest of the brothers. Mind you, I didn't give not one of them niggas $1.
So normally, of course, if I purchase things, I just like to give a shout out because I do like to support people, especially through this tough time. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to this girl named Janelle, who has her own candle company called Light the Candle. And one thing I came across about her candles is not only does it smell good, but it's caption quality, which is my favorite, which is all sun, no shade. Excuse my nails, I did it, it got wet, smudged, I hate that, gotta do it over again. Then we have the Cuddle Me Please. And then, ladies, we've all been there, done that. So this one I think we might like, which is the Don't Text Him. So yeah. So, I mean, of course, it depends on how you feel and what you're feeling. And light them candles away. Go look at her. I will put her information on my Instagram. Thank you so much. You smell amazing. And I look forward to purchasing more items from you.
Jamona.